Alps, welcome back. As you can no doubt tell with the fact that I'm sitting here and it's daylight now, I decided to go for a bike ride today after all. Largely because of the reason I explained yesterday, but also simply because it's enabled me to have a bit of a lie-in. 3 days of waking up at 6 AM and either driving all day or skiing all day or both. It's been pretty exhausting, so I needed a bit of a mental break. And obviously don't want to start the bike ride too early because it's still bitterly cold. It's probably still sub-zero up here now, but the sun is starting to thaw everything out. I had to get up out of my bed and out of the van because the condensation which had frozen on the inside of the van started to melt as the sun hit the roof, and it was literally raining on me inside the van. So yeah, I had to get out here in the sun. Still cold, but yeah, I'm slowly warming myself up. If anything, it was even colder last night than the previous night, as with the clear skies overhead, temperatures dropped like a stone. But thankfully at least I'm starting to acclimatise to the wintry weather a bit more now. It's just gone 10 AM, I'm probably going to leave it another hour or so before I get into my lycra and freeze my balls off riding down the hillside. As I said yesterday, it was forecast to be the warmest day of the week today. If I'm lucky, it might get to the balmy 4 degrees up here. Of course, in the middle of the afternoon, with the strong alpine sun, it will feel pleasantly warm even if the air temperature is only 4 degrees. But obviously, I don't want to be starting too early and descending when it's still really, really cold, or equally starting too late and riding up and missing the sweet spot of the afternoon sun. So yeah, it's all about timing today. One of the problems I'm going to have with road biking is the shower situation, or lack thereof. Now, when I'm just skiing, I don't mind going 4 or 5 days without a proper shower. It's cold and dry, it's not really sweating much anyway, and it's not raining, it's not getting soaked to the bone. I can wash the essentials with a flannel and just get by without until I get home. But with road biking, even in these frigid temperatures, I'm going to be sweating out of every single pore riding back up that mountain again. I'm going to need to wash somehow. So, I've got this solar shower, which I've never actually used before, so first time to be using that now. But actually, the main problem I've got is lack of water. There's no running water anywhere up here, and even if there was, it's probably frozen. So I had to sacrifice some of my drinking water just to give me a little bit of water in there to potentially have something warm to wash with afterwards. But yeah, it's not going to be pleasant. So I'm going to leave that on my roof in the sun all day when I'm out riding. The advantage of only having a little bit of water, I guess, is it's obviously very thin, so it's going to heat up pretty quickly. Of course, when I'm going on a road biking road trip, one, it's usually summer, and two, I'm usually camping down in the valley, so I can have a good proper wash in a lake or river. So it's not really been an issue for me before, but yeah, definitely in a very different situation now, camping up at 2,700 metres. And we're off. Time to ride down a big hill. I'm wearing virtually every road biking layer I own, which isn't many, because like I say, I'm a fair weather roadie. So let's get this out of the way quickly, so I can heat up again on the way back up. I'll be making a separate video of this bike ride, so I won't bore those of you who come here for the skiing too much. I'll just see you on the other side. Mount Ortlier, which is behind me up there, is the highest point in the Eastern Alps at 3,905 metres. And at the time, it was also the highest point in the Austrian Tyrol and the Austro-Hungarian Empire, which sadly for them now, it's in Italy. But it was first climbed in 1804 by Joseph Pitchler, who was incidentally a Chamonixard. So he came all the way from Chamonix to help the Austro-Hungarians conquer that. Just an interesting bit of trivia there for you. Made it. Just, man, that was tough. Probably set off an hour too late in the end after all. Starting to get very cold at the top now. It's in the shade for the final 5 kilometres or so. Luckily my van is still in the sun, so my water should still be warmish. Just need to try and find somewhere that's still in the sun with a degree of privacy to try and wash now. So the solar shower bag appears to be lukewarm at the very least, so in these temperatures, I'll take that. I've just dropped down the west side, obviously the sunny side of the col, 100 metres or so, and obviously one, I found some privacy in the sun, but two, there's also a couple of unfrozen ponds up here as well, so I think I'm actually going to go brave a very quick dip, properly soak myself, because obviously that's not enough water to completely rinse all the sweat off of me, and then come back here and have the lukewarm shower afterwards just to revitalise myself. But before I brave the frigid waters, I'm just sitting here in the sun in my black jacket, absorbing the last of the sun's rays like a snake before I, then brave the ice cold water. Okay, when I say pond, it is literally a pond. It's about shin deep at most, so it's been pretty hard to get in, but I'm doing my best. That actually works really well, apart from the fact that there's anything high up to hang the bag from, so I'm having to squat down to get enough pressure to actually wash through it. But yeah, other than that, the water felt really warm, especially after having splashed in the ice cold water first. So despite the fact that it's probably below freezing now, I'm stood up here basically naked at 2,700 meters, and rather than being hypothermic, I'm actually feeling really refreshed. So big win for the solar shower. I'm off for another pizza. I have got the means of cooking food for myself, and I bought some Italian, obviously pasta, from a supermarket down in the valley, but for those prices, it's rude not to. Might as well enjoy it while I'm up here. Plus, much nicer being inside when it's below freezing. I'll cook my pasta when I'm back down in the valley and it's a bit warmer in the evening. Tomorrow I'm going to be skiing again, up here at the Passo Stelvio. The weather's not quite as good as it's been the last 2 days, but it should be good enough in the morning before potentially a little bit of some more snow moving in the afternoon, but we'll be down by then anyway. After that, who knows? We shall see how I feel after tomorrow. I gave myself an extra 40 minutes or so in bed today, as it's one, not a powder day, so there's no point rushing to try and get to the front of the queue, and two, as I found out on the first day, if you're buying a lift ticket on the day, you actually get to queue jump because the ticket desk is right next to the ticket barriers, so yeah, no need to rush and get there at 6:30 when it doesn't actually open until 7:30. Plus it's a weekday today and we're outside of the holidays, so in theory it should be a little bit quieter. I'm back at the top of the snowcat shuttle section. Still is pretty busy up here. Don't any of these kids have school? The snow has transformed a little bit over the last couple of days naturally in the sun, but I'm sure on piste it's still really, really good. Off piste, I bet in the shadier sections there's still some nice powder to be had as well, but obviously there's a bit of a sun crush in places as well. They have opened up a few more areas of piste today, but unfortunately they're only available to ski racers yet again. With the lack of any uplift from the main area up to here, it does mean that it's only snowcat shuttles, and if it's reserved, it's private, and I can't go there unfortunately. So my lift ticket only cost €59 today, which is still not the 58 that it says on the website, but it's €5 cheaper than I paid the other day, which either means that they charge me €5 for the lift pass card, or perhaps it's slightly more expensive on weekends. But seeing as the website is pretty shit and there's no information at the ticket desk as to the prices, I guess I'll never know. The piste is definitely a lot firmer today than they were the other day, but this piste to the side of me here is still lovely to ski on, even on slightly fat skis. It hasn't transformed, it's not getting icy, it's just it's had 3 days of grooming now, compacting down the fresh snow from last week. The powder over this side is still lovely and soft. If anything, it's got a bit faster since the other day, as hoarfrost crystal growth on the top layer has loosened up the snow that was previously a little bit wind-packed, so it's actually still really good fun. As you can see, it's nowhere near being tracked out 3 days after the last dump of snow. Obviously it helps that I'm the only person up here who isn't on race skis or carving skis of some kind. Most of those tracks you see over there are me from the other day and from ski tourers. Grass. Initially it was still very busy today with disappointingly long lift queues, but from about 11 it started to get very, very quiet, and now at 12 it's almost empty already. Fingers crossed to keep lifts running till 2ish for me, because there's still tons of fun to be had in the powder off to the side. That's a shame. I've been kicked off the slope at 12:49 today, so clearly did officially shut at 12:30. Managed to get a couple of runs in after they closed, but must have just been very, very lucky on the first day that I was still skiing at 2 p.m. Granted, the overhead conditions aren't as good today, the light's a bit flat, but the weather's still good. Of course, it's still frozen, so it's not dangerous to be skiing now, but yeah, clearly lifties want to get home, whereas they were in a more generous mood on the first day. In theory, I can still ski mid-station laps, so I might go do a couple of them. That starts at 3, I think. Yeah, once again, I'm literally the last man standing. The guy behind me is Piste Patrol, so yeah, not another soul here. So I've mostly just been skiing off of these two home lifts here these last 2 days. That lovely powder I was lapping was skiers left of that top lift there. This piece there doesn't seem to exist anymore. That piece there is open, kind of. That piece there is also open. But this here, okay, technically it's open, but those are reserved just for ski races. That's just ski cat, that's just snow cat uplift. And to get from here, where I am now, across to there to ski, there's also a snow cat that goes across like that, hence why that piece isn't open. On the first day, I did manage to pick my way down the home run to the car park, so that's Passo Stelvio down there. But yeah, it's basically gone now. What little snow was on that. There's tons of skiable area here, so it's a shame that they haven't actually managed to rebuild the lift yet. And that's what I'm talking about up there. This entire front face, which you can possibly just about pick out the various slalom gates on it. All that is currently unskiable to 90% of the people here. And it's a shame, because that'll give a really long run as well. But you can only realistically ski down there at the end of the day to get back to here. So yeah, kind of disappointing, but still. The snow over the top bowl was absolutely lovely either way. And the runs over the other side on the two pomos are actually a little bit bigger and longer than it suggests on that Piste Map as well, so there's still plenty of skiing regardless. And those are the old twin T-bars, which are now no longer in operation. And you can see why, because we're probably at least 20-30 metres above the height of the glacier now, so whatever they are planning to rebuild, they're going to have to start much lower down, probably build it directly onto the ice rather than trying to build it onto the bedrock as well, because obviously the ice is just going to disappear and recede more and more. So wherever you build it, if it's fixed to the rock, you're very quickly going to lose it again. So nobody objected to me bringing my skis back up here to the top station, so even though the ski area is now technically closed, I could in theory keep doing mid-station laps if I wanted to. But to be honest, I've had my fill of skiing now, at least here. I've had the best of the powder, had the best of the weather, so I'm going to do a lap down to mid-station again and then get the gondola down, and this is probably it for me from Passo Stelvio. I'm just trying to decide what I'm going to do next. It will massively affect which direction I head down off of this mountain. East, west or north. I've got 3 choices. But one thing for sure is I'm definitely heading down now and try and thaw out this van and dry some of this slightly damp, smelly kit that I've got here before I make my next move. I'd very nearly decided that I was going to head towards Brulcivinia, potentially via Lake Como, and yeah, stop off there, and then go skiing at the Matterhorn Glacier Paradise. But I've just been talking to a friend, and apparently the lifts up from the Italian side to get to the Kleine Matterhorn are closed at this time of year, so it's a good job I didn't drive all the way there for nothing. I might still head that way, go via Lake Como anyway, but yeah. Skiing in Brulcivinia is apparently not an option either right now. So I've decided to head down towards Lake Como now, which does unfortunately mean that is the end of the skiing on this road trip. But the weather's just started to close in up here, and it's going to be poor visibility tomorrow, so there's really not much point me staying up here for another day. And like I say, I need to get down, thaw out and dry everything out. So I may or may not be able to meet a friend down in Lake Como, but either way, I've never been there before, so it's a worthwhile destination in its own right. And I'll give me a day or two to relax by the beach and drink a few beers, I think. After that, then I still don't know where I'm going to go, but at least I'm going in the right direction now. I'm heading back towards home. I had initially considered heading over to Austria and going to Piste for a day or two there, but at the moment there's only one lift open and basically only one run open as well. It's a long run, but still, it's really not worth me driving 3 or 4 hours in the wrong direction just to go to another ski area and ski one lift, one run. So yeah, like I say, unfortunately this is it in terms of skiing for me now. But still, I've had good fun. I've had some absolutely amazing snow and some brilliant weather as well on the 2 other days. And getting to cycle up the Stelvio Pass as well was as much a reason for coming here as the skiing in itself. Like, that's been really high up on my bucket list for a long time. It's an absolutely phenomenal road, and yeah, definitely glad I've done that. And to be able to do that and ski at the same time, it's been a great trip.